Hi, everyone. The lecture for right now is on writing and knowledge are human, and it includes information for myself and also with another professor at our school, Professor McGoy. And we've had a lot of deep discussions about AI and how important it is for you to understand the power of your own voice. So it's important to think about this quotation from Descartes, I think, therefore I am. And it is in line with a significant amount of psychology and philosophy. It's important to understand that knowing is what ultimately makes us human. And this class is meant to give you the tools to question, discuss, and write. My philosophy is, and Professor McGoy's is as well, is that it is so critical that you gain the confidence to share your own ideas and your voices and your perspectives. And writing is an amazing tool. It's not an isolated, perfect, smart product that you use to just give me a final paper that sounds perfect, but it doesn't have any of you in it. And so I want to make it very clear that computers and technology, they possess information that we've included in it, but not knowledge. So let's take a moment to discuss the difference between knowledge and information, both of which are important, by the way. I'm not saying that information isn't important. It's just, it's not the same as knowledge. So knowledge is this awareness, it's understanding, processing, responding, a skill that we develop and acquire through experience. So all of us have these different experiences, different things that we've read and discussed in families and culture and language. And ultimately, knowledge both informs and is informed by our perspectives, our positions, our unique lenses, our decisions, our relationships with people, and communication. And knowledge is an ongoing process. It continues on. We can continue to learn and grow. It's living, it's developing, it's changing, it's engaging, it's interacting, and it's very personal. Information, it's facts and data collection and observation. And it's something that's concrete. It can be collected and stored and found and located. Information can be both within and without our scope of our knowledge. So there may be information that we don't know and that we learn it, and then we add our own perspective to it and we deepen it. Knowledge is human and writing is human. And in fact, writing is a form of human communication by means of a set of visible marks that are related by convention to some particular structure level of knowledge. It's about communicating our unique knowledge with one another and connecting. So one of the main goals of human development, not just us right now, but just human development, is that because we're able to share our unique knowledge and perspectives, we add those to a larger pool of collective knowledge. And knowledge is meant to be built, grown, and developed. It's infinite. We continue to add to it. It's ever growing. And writing is that tool. It's one of our tools to share our humanness. So there are some things lost when we use AI to replicate our knowledge, because it's not really replicating our knowledge. It's a combination of information that is found on the internet that may or may not be accurate. It may or may not represent who you are and your thoughts and ideas. And if we all end up depending on this use of AI to create these papers that we write for our English classes or papers that we write for our profession, or any of the other classes that we have or experiences, etc., it prevents us from a lot of things. It prevents us from continuing to grow our collective knowledge. We give up on engaging with others in meaningful ways. We ignore our own experiences and ideas and ability to debate and learn. We give up growing in wisdom, not just individually, but as a human race. We stop growing. And if we allow our computers to replace our humanness, we give them the power. We give the computers the power. And if you've ever seen any of these films that talk about robots taking over and murdering people and taking away people's rights, it may not be exactly how it's replicated in the movies, but when we don't do the writing, when we don't do the communicating, we're giving up our space in our human society to share our ideas and make a real mark, make our mark on our community. And that is a real shame, because we all have something to share and we all have things to learn from. If I can't learn from all of you, then I miss out on becoming a better teacher, for example. So I want to really point out what the goal of our writing class is, any writing class is. It's not to repeat information, but it's to support you in developing tools to write so you can share your own knowledge and perspectives. And as a result, you continue to grow in knowledge as well. And I, as your teacher, can challenge you and encourage you and make suggestions, and not just me, but everyone in our class as well. And I have said since I started teaching that the act of writing is the act of learning about your own thoughts and perspective. When there are times as a student, I received an essay prompt and I would look at it and I go, I already know what I think. And then when I started writing and really unpacking the ideas of what I thought, I learned more about what I thought. I challenged myself and I deepened my understanding more than me just saying, oh, I already know what I think. So I continue to learn. So writing is the act of learning about your own thoughts and perspective. And then reading the writing of others deepens our own ability to grow. A couple of reminders. This class uses a lot of technology. In fact, I am our DE coordinator at our school and I love it. I enjoy doing it. It's a great thing, because it allows us to connect. We're able to connect in this amazing way at times that makes sense for all of us, so that we can have jobs and take care of our kids and our family and our parents and responsibilities, and we're still able to interact and learn. But technology can hinder us as well. And I want to remind all of us that we are a class filled with real humans, and the more authentic we are in our interactions, the more we can learn from one another in this class. And as your teacher, I am not looking for perfect sounding writing. I'm looking for real writing that is imperfect and uncertain. And you won't benefit from this course and grow as a human, both personally and professionally, if you don't do the writing. I want to encourage you to develop your own voice, mostly without AI, unless I've specified it, because I do want you to learn about it, but I also want you to understand its limitations and give yourself some space to build your own ideas and thoughts. So I do want to remind you that your opinions and perspectives matter. You can critically engage with information, which is one of the most important takeaways from college, is being able to interact with the information that you learn from your classes. And writing about it showcases your learning and it deepens your learning. We all want to hear your perspectives, and unintentionally, you may have been taught to focus on a perfect, alienated product that sounds a certain way. but we want to hear your own independent thoughts. We may challenge you on those thoughts, but we want to hear them. And so for now, I want you to encourage you to mostly avoid AI in terms of your own writing for this class, unless I'm asking for specific things. Instead, what I'd like you to do is ask questions. Keep asking. If you don't understand something, ask. If something seems wrong to you, ask about it. Like, there are a lot of opportunities that you can ask in our discussion forums and with one another using Pronto, etc. I want to invite you to internalize skepticism about what you are reading and writing. I want to take a moment to dig a little bit into my own AI policy. I do have a handout that showcases what it's good for, how to cite using it, what it's not good for, but I want to really talk about the policy of what I do if I suspect you are using AI. So I do use Turnitin. I use the Turnitin AI detector. It's not perfect. So if I suspect that a paper is, or if a paper is flagged and I investigate further to determine that it was created with AI beyond my assignment parameters, I will mark it as missing. And then the student that has that missing paper must make an appointment with me on Zoom or during office hours if I'm in person to discuss what might have happened. After the meeting, if it's the first time this has happened, you will have an opportunity to revise your work. But if this continues to happen, that assignment will receive a 0. So I really want you to use this as an opportunity to grow as a writer, as opposed to just trying to get the work done. And I have spent a lot of time and effort trying to create really interesting assignments for you to do and questions for you to ask. And I am inviting you to take this opportunity and join this this journey with me and your classmates. And then I want to finally encourage you to educate yourselves. So we're going to talk about AI during this unit and what it's good for, and we're going to look at different articles and things. But beyond this class, things are going to change and grow, and I want to invite you to continue to educate yourselves in writing, in AI, and technology, and I want to invite you to put your mark on the world with your ideas, communicate, and connect with one another, because that is what's going to advance our society, is you, all of you, and what it is you share with all of us. Thank you very much.